刻在石碑上的印记，是否隐藏着秘密？
Critical theories, take a look. The assumption, the starting point from which scholars and researchers, ideologists and thinkers initiate the concept of critical theory when they try to theorize the critical thinking on the human communication and mass communication. They first of all assume that some aspects of our human world, the societies, are deeply flawed, and we as conscientious human beings have an obligation to reform such deformed, flawed societies. For critical theorists, their aim is to gain knowledge, to create knowledge of that social world, so that in order that we can or they can fix the problems, we can transform and change the world, the human world, our society for the better. The goal of critical theorists is to challenge existing ways of organizing our society and institutions and the people, especially the people and the systems, the dominant group exercise power within such groups, whether it's human groups or within institutions. Of course, the goal of this third category of critical theories is highly openly political. In order to reform the society, in order to transform the society, make it for the better, people work in groups, practice politics. What does politics mean? Basically, it concerns, first of all, policies, especially social policies, social, political, so on and so forth. These widely influential principles or practices or redistributions of resources. In short, we might as well call them policies. We carry out different policies in order to hand out resources, in order to apply justice, in order to implement justice and equality among human beings. And next, in order to reorganize society, we need to give priority to the most, of course, important human values. These are all the goals. And for epistemology, how do we get knowledge? How do we obtain knowledge when we try to study under this umbrella of critical theories? Knowledge under this umbrella is advanced, is acquired, obtained only when it serves to free people and communities from the influence of those more powerful. Later on, we will know critical theory or critical theorists were inspired by the post-Marxist theory since the end of Second World War. For these, generally speaking, left-wing theories or left-wing ideologies, people tend to think that exploitation and power struggle exists across classes. Classes meaning that the economic and political classes. Generally speaking, it's one powerful, one dominant class. The struggle, the conflict is generally between one powerful dominant class and another subjugated, exploited, underprivileged class. The typical example is what you learned in the middle school politics textbooks, such as the dominant class in the capitalist society is the capitalist class or the capitalists, and the underprivileged class, the exploited class, is the working class. The critical theorists call this kind of knowledge, which serves to free people and communities from their oppressors, they call such type of knowledge emancipatory knowledge. Emancipatory. What does this long word mean? Emancipatory. Freeing, liberating, that which brings liberty and freedom. Okay, for ontologies, what is the nature, character of knowledge concerning critical theory. Okay, what is real, what is knowable in the social world is the product of interaction between structure and agency. Keep these big words in mind. These are technical terms. These are policies that you need to stock up on in order for you to carry out your research, in order for you to delve into the academic world, which is built by these vocabularies, these technicalities that are deliberately created by scholars, by people within the ivory tower, in order to keep other laymen, in order to keep other want to get in too easily. And secondly, reality is constantly being shaped and reshaped by dialectics. By dialectic is another big word you need to keep in mind. Dialectic is another word which is commonly, frequently seen, read, employed, written in the context of critical theory. It means the ongoing struggle or debate between two parties, between two classes, between two institutions, or between two individuals. And here is an example. When elites control the struggle, they define reality. When people are freed, liberated, emancipated, these people freed define reality through their own interactions. So again, power struggle. You see where the struggle is from. Whoever gets the upper hand has the right, has the power, has the privilege to define the reality, not only for themselves, but also for the other party involved in the dialectic. Okay, so much for the critical theory. And the third category is